Crap all falls down on me. Stop falling on me, crap. Crap. Favorite pile of brushes. Yay. Don't say yay yet. That's too enthusiastic. Makes me almost feel like things might go right. I have no idea. Before we do anything, give this a second. Because, we got to get people. Maybe. I don't know if anybody else is actually going to give a crap. I know there's a few people that were supposed to really be all about it, so we'll see. And I know there's a lot of people who shared it, which was nice. And Josh says, Bobalowie, Boblowie. Dude, you might need to go get that stroke checked on, buddy, because I'm pretty sure you shouldn't be in here right now with that. I think you should be probably calling 911. Bobalowie! Unless from your culture, that is how you say hello, which is possible. Now, obviously, I'm not going to have my baby meat nuggets being possibly splattered. So I'm going to remove that in about 2 seconds. But they're coming out all right. The little guy, he's coming out all right. Not too shabby. Little meat nugget. Doing all right. Stroke me. Wow, Josh. Wow. Welcome to the live paint with. What? That's fine. Unmute whenever you need to, but mute yourself again when you have to. Okay? She's doing a class thing, too, for her school. Oh, God. Why does everything fall down? It's one of those days when you don't want to wake up. You got lucky with the darkening. No, that's what I'm good at. I'm telling you, I'm not good at going from dark to light. It's trash. I don't, my personal ability, or maybe it was awesome skills. No, that's a lie. Don't ever tell me that. Don't ever say that. So it's just, anyway. So that's where we're at with the baby nuggets. Anyway, I'm going to set the baby nuggets aside here. I'm just going to throw it over there. Don't worry, there was a chair over there. That was safe. I like that one. It doesn't just get thrown aside like garbage. Let me pull this little guy here closer. You can see all my shit in the background. I swear to God, my office looks like complete chaos. Every bit of it is organized. It really is. It's weird. Looks good. Thanks, Josh. And normally, actually, I have like the stuff down there, up there, but that's all my camera gear. And it's like all organized. But then there's a bunch of crap for Halloween up there right now. So every day. So, everybody, I also went to Walmart and had to get me some new paints because I'm out of some of my regulars. And it's got me a few other ones, including an orange, because I don't have orange. I never use orange. What? You need a piece of paper and a pen. One mementos. One moment. Dad stuff. Well, you got a pencil. You got a pencil. Bro, you got paper too. All right, Jiminy Jesus, right? Ah, I swear we're going to get to this in a second. All right, so here we go. Today, class, here's what we're going to do. We're going to open all of our paints. Quick and easy way to do that. Reverse twist, right? The lid. Isn't that easy and convenient? And hey, what's up? So I found, instead of having to cut my plastics off these little guys, and you twist that way to pop off your lid. Just reverse twist it and pull up. Little plastics pop right off. Whoop. So saves you time and possibly cutting yourself and having to go to the hospital. Ta-da! Too bad my trash can's halfway across the house or room or whatever. I guess I'll use my bags from Walmart. Anyway, so supplies for today. Everybody should have. I had a fucking hard time to get those little fuckers off. Right. Well, now you know. See? Convenient. Right? You can tell I've done this a few times. So just grab that, reverse twist it like you're twisting the cap off backwards. Boop. Life hack. You're right. Boom. I guess it just comes with the territory of doing this way too often, being like getting mad at my paints and trying to twist things off backwards. So get something to paint on. Some people are already learning. See, bam, bam. You can use a paper plate, a plastic plate, a real plate. I don't care. Some people have those things that you put your thumb through. I actually have one. But I've learned that when I do this, the paint drips off onto my pants or on the floor. And because they're flat and there's no like sides, just get something to put paint on. You're not going to be putting a big daub of paint, first and foremost. We're not going to do that because I don't want you to learn my bad habits, because then your plate looks like this and it's a big waste. So get something to put your paint on, collect your supplies. Now, get that cup of water to rinse out brushes. Okay. Doesn't have to be a whole hell of a lot of water. Don't knock that shit over and put a crotch full of tea kind of action like I did the other day, because that sucked. And as somebody said, that was quite a noise. It was. Easel, right? Which is the wooden stand thing. Again, I only got a couple of them because I lucked out on some dead lady who was an artist, and I got like 2 of those and maybe one of them and a bunch of art supplies for like $10. It was amazing. So, but I got another one somewhere. I don't know. If you don't got one, easy. If you have a desk or something, put something underneath it, like maybe a towel or newspaper or whatever, so you don't get paint on, your desk. Put something under it. Boop, put a book behind it or something and just leaned up. Bam. Bam. And I'd show you, but I don't have anything on hand like a book because I don't read. No, I don't read. Anyway, and that way you can have a little easel. Or, man, shit, if you just want to hold it with your hand, because I do that a lot with my paintings. But the problem is thumb space, So you can't really hold it and paint. So it depends on to what, especially if your thumb's dirty, then you'll have thumbprints, and that sucks. This is all prep talk. So get yourself like a towel or something that collects paint so you don't get paint on your desk unless you don't give a crap. Put a book behind it, and it will just set up like that. Ta-da! And make sure whatever's behind it, some styles and techniques require flicking of paintbrushes. Or, if you're getting too out of hand, you don't want to be like, oh, my big screen TV, blah, 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 and, make that a part of it. So, something to paint on, something to lean up your canvas. This may be an awkward one for some of you today, whatever. We're just starting. We're figuring it out, people. Together. That's what's important. Cup of water to wash your shit out in. Do not mix it up with your cup of tea because acrylic water tastes weird. Future reference. I also asked everybody, get up something like a big brush and a little brush, because big brush is going to be to paint the whole damn thing. So we can actually, get the background painted pretty good and quick. And the little brush is to actually, paint stuff on it. There we go. Other than that, that's really the only 2 requirements for today. And then after that is your paints, which, again, the list included basically an orange, which is French for orange. Really? You got an easel from Five Below. Interesting. And pardon, my sinuses are still killing me. They're probably going to be killing me for months. I hate weather changes. Erica, thank you. Five Below, in case people that are in other areas that may not have one, are a weird place that's kind of like everything's $5 or below. And so they're kind of like some weird semi-cheap stuff, or I don't know how they get half the crap, because some of it's cheap garbage and some of it's not. So I'm not sure how they do it. Five Below is the best store ever. Okay. So yeah. Apparently you can pick up an easel there. So probably like $5. If this is something that anybody and everybody out there actually starts getting into and wants to continue and further. Today's little session plans on being, my 13-year-old loves it. Good. Today's little session plans on being a one and done kind of scenario. Okay, because this is a multi-layered experiment for all of us. Much to do about us. Shaking your paint. Orange, which is French for orange. I know multiple languages, in case you didn't know. Paint thing. Big brush. Here's what we're going to do. Squirt some paint on your paint thing. Look how that works. Now, I don't know how big you guys' canvases are, but you're going to want enough on there to make sure you cover your canvas. But you're not going to do it heavy. Heavy, no. So, when you do this, you're not going to do this. Let me get I'm painting my fucking house and I need a big amount of paint and it's dripping with paint. No, don't do that. If you can hear through my neighbor's chainsaws. Oh shit, they're supposed to chainsaw my one tree down today too. Anyway, we'll get to that later. Hopefully they don't knock on the door now. You're going to want enough paint to smear around, yes, because we're doing the whole background. But we don't want it to be thick because we want it to dry. Now, keep in mind we're going to do a generic wink pumpkin today because it's Halloween time. So, of course, we are. Let me put my paint up there. That's going to fall. Let me just hold this. So, here's what we're going to do. Paint the damn thing orange. Ta-da. So, strokes up and down because up and down, I'm thinking, would be the best because when we do the lines for the pumpkin, we don't want them to be like fighting. If you go side to side, right, you got these lines that are going to be in the paint, right? And look, I can sell it for $1 million right now. Bam! But you don't want the lines side to side to build up and then the lines to have little ridges. You just want it to all go together. So get that paint that shit up and down. Bloop, bloop. A nice little layer of orange. And we don't want it super thick. You know, it ain't going to matter. Nice long strokes on this one because, unfortunately, if you do... Let me just do this. I'm going to get dirty. I'm going to get painted. If you do little short strokes up and down, you're going to end up having this little part right here. You see that little dot? Doot, doot. This is why most people do double layers. But we ain't worried about double layers today, people. No. Do nice long strokes, though. Whoop. As good as you can. And you're not going to have that little confusion moment of the paint trying to figure out what the fuck it's doing. Now, most of the time, you would do one way, then the other way, if you're going to really fill this bad boy in. So today, we're not really going to work so hardcore on certain aspects of some things. We're going to work on other aspects of other things. You'll see. There's a hidden agenda. Shh. You'll get to it. We'll all get to it eventually. Also, if you start like in certain areas, you'll cause these weird... Oh man, I don't... Dang it. The weird blops. You can see them on... You can kind of see them there. Boop. So if you can get it from one to the other, you'll just totally bypass all that kind of bullshit of the weird lines in between. So it depends on how big your canvas is. Now, granted, obviously, I've got to do down here, but I'll go from down to up on that one. I am holding it with my thumb, but that's because I have to be up here to kind of show everybody. This is some fucking garbage lighting. You know, I'm learning myself here today, people. I'm learning that tomorrow or next time we do this, that I'm going to have to get some backlight heading on over. See, I just did the little thing, caused a weird little bloop right there. Got bloops right over there. However, here's the deal. Today we're not learning about painting. That is not what we're doing. We're going to learn some simple crap, but today is really not so much about painting, so much as about becoming an artist. Because painting is not the same as being an artist. And I preach about this shit all the time. Oh, dang, I'm just getting paint everywhere up here. Anyway. But if we're going to do it on the easel, I guess I can do that now because you got the point. Just make it orange is the point. And even if you have some of those little lines, no, okay. Even if you have some of those little lines, it ain't going to be a big deal. And I'll tell you why. Because as we progress, we're going to add more to it, things like that. It's just on the occasion, those little lines will really become prominent, and you got to be careful. And since we're not going to do a second layer because of time, mostly, we don't have time to let this dry, today. Because I don't want to make this like 75 different sessions to make your pumpkin this month. Nah. And we are doing a pumpkin because it's cliche as hell. I could have done anything to help prove my point today. But instead, we're going to just make a little pumpkin today. And I'd go all Bob Ross on you and be like, it's going to be a happy little pumpkin. Don't know what kind of pumpkin it's going to be. I don't tell the art what to be. It tells me what it's going to be. I am just a simple tool. I am a paintbrush holding a paintbrush. I'm an extension of self. It does its own creation, its own existence. I am just the one it chooses to allow to be the one that throws it out there. That's all. I think this is honestly the first time I've ever used orange in my entire life. Oh, wait, no. In high school, for a still life that Miss Henderson made us do, I had to use orange for a gourd. So ironically, a pumpkin kind of thing. Because pumpkins are gourds, I think. I'm pretty sure pumpkins are gourds. Oh, and you're probably thinking to yourself, wait a minute, I thought we were making a pumpkin, not a whole canvas of orange. No, silly people. If you've watched any of my other crap by now, you know there's so much more happening here than just a pumpkin. Sure, we could have painted just a big round ball, but that's too easy, isn't it? Anyway, once you get that painted orange, we're done. There's your pumpkin. Thanks for tuning in. Next week, I'm just kidding. Orange is almost as annoying as black to try and get out. Jeez. My stupid brush will be orange forever. Orange. I just like to make that noise. I don't know why. Because I'm stupid. That's why. It's true. So thanks for sharing the video, guys. I'm sure that other people are going to be watching it going, what the hell are they sharing this crap for? This dude's just some guy painting a big orange square. Which again, by the way, fun fact, a few years ago, a man painted a big, I think it was like 12 foot by 12 foot blue square and sold it for multi-millions in New York City. A blue square. Blue square. Oh, really? Your kid's face when I said all done? That's funny. Your arm's getting tired. How big of a canvas did you get? I said make them small. You don't need a big canvas. Today is learning about yourself as much as it is about making a pumpkin. Mostly it's about yourself. Oh, yeah. Pumpkin's secondary, people. Pumpkin is secondary. Little brush. Orange. Hold on. So, where'd my paper go? I have a point here. Wait, it's behind me. Oh. Prior to us getting any further in this little adventure, this is my test sheet, so I don't have to make you guys screw up and hate yourself later. So, I don't know what colors, everybody. Yours is 16 by 20. Jesus! You got a big boy. You got one of the, like, kind of like these ones. Yeah, yours is huge. I mean, that's fine. You know, I just figured it'd be quicker and easier for most people to paint littler ones. You know, no shame in going big or going home. 16. Okay. This one's 11 by 14, I think. So, if I'm not mistaken. So, you're about the same size. So, you know. But we'll give it a minute. Kind of let that air out a second. Because we're not worried today, by the way. Man, I need to do that $1 million baby. Oh, the paint a big blue square and make a multi-million dollars. Blew my mind. I was so pissed. I was so, on a personal note, I was very upset that to the knowledge of this gentleman who literally painted a single square of canvas blue, one color blue, not even accenting or making it kind of have like a faded this or some kind of, ooh, no, he just said, hey, it's a blue square. It's literally titled Blue Square. Multi-million dollars. As an artist, I wanted to punch myself in the dick because, like, why? Why would you do that? Why? How? Who? What? House. You're welcome. I don't know how you forgot to spell house, but so anyway, I was very upset about that just because, you know, us artists that struggle, hate ourselves, live our whole lives poor, broke, and just wanting somebody out there to say, good job, buddy. Good job. That looks really neat. And you say, thank you. And a dude sells his painting for blue square at multi-millions. Anyway, I'm letting this cool off a little bit, letting it dry a little bit. Not concerned about how wet the paintings are going to be. Check out Love, Death, Robots episode of the one. It's kind of the blue square. Actually, a buddy of mine who did some, a guy I know actually was involved in that. Yes, not that episode though, but he was involved in that. The first season and the second, not season, but the first movie and the second one as well is going to be. He's also going to be on that. So, but we are not here to talk about everything else. Gosh dang it. Now, those are my reds. Oh, I don't know what colors everybody out there got, but if you got a green, okay, or if you got a brown, or if you got a black. I know you got black. Personally, I'm going to use a little bit of brown. If it's any good. Yeah, it's my old brown. I'm going to just put a little bit of it next to my orange. There we go. Boop, boop. There we go. Not much, just a tiny tab. Little tiny bit right there-ish. Now I use way too much orange. I blocked way too much orange in there. That's fine. For some of those people who use canvases the size of cars, then you might want to, you know, you're probably still painting orange. That's fine. You'll catch up. We're only doing this a little bit, so we can shadow in and darken it because we don't want, if you use black, okay, you're going to have to barely use black, a dab of black. And in fact, watch, I'll show you the difference because we're going to use this brownish orange for our line work on the pumpkin. Don't worry, we'll get to some exciting stuff here in a minute. Trust me. Bloop. I use the tip of the end of my brush to mix my paint, by the way. So that way I don't have to rewash out my paint brush itself. Future reference. So if you use black, right? A little bit of black goes a long way. Literally like a drop. Bloop. Because that tiny little drop right there, if I mix that in, like it's just going to pitch black. It'll be super, super. See how dark? I mean, I'm going to have to add more orange just to darken or just to lighten it up probably. Like, good Lord almighty. But it's kind of making it a brown now. So you know what? It almost kind of worked. But look how much that just eats up because that tiniest bit of black eats that up. Shit, maybe I'll use both. Why not? What do you think about that? Waste not, want not, right? Oh, baby Jesus. But see how the difference? One drop of black versus a whole blob of brown. Blob of brown. You know? So anyway, here's the deal. Now that it's orange, I'm assuming everybody else is up to orange now that I've talked enough. We have a couple options. I'm going to just dab my paintbrush in water a tiny bit, get a little bit wet. What do you mean incoming call? No, ma'am. Who is that? Nah, I can't do that. I'm live. I don't know who that might have been. Anyway, I'll call him back here in a few minutes. So, I just dab that in so the dryness wouldn't be there. Here's the deal. Dab, dab, dab. When I dab my brushes, by the way, I dab them. I don't blop it on. And then I'll wipe it off because overabundance of paint causes this. If you dab it and you have a bunch of paint on there, and then you go to hit something, you have this huge blob. You'll actually see it. See the shadows and stuff hitting from the light? A big blob of paint. And when you're working with that, that's just going to be like, oh, God, how do I, you're not going to get anything accomplished with that. It's better to work up, you know, have a little bit of paint, work up, than having to deal with a huge blob of paint and get rid of it. Because Jesus. So, a little bit of paint, wipe it off a little bit, just make sure you have enough. Now, here's the deal. Before you touch that, one of two ways we're going to do this today. Your discretion. Your discretion. As a child, when you made pumpkins, you were taught to do this. Here's your pumpkin. Oop. Here's how you make your lines. Oop. And then you make one that way, and then you make one that way, and you make one this way, and you make one that way, right? That's how you were taught, okay? You can do it this way if you want. If you want to take your pumpkin thing here, don't do it yet. God, people, calm down. If you want to do it that way, fine. Your discretion. Here's how I'm going to do it. Because I'm a firm believer of chaos. I'm going to let chaos rule my life and my day. So instead of doing that, I'm going to dab a lot of water, right? I'm going to get a lot of water up in here. Bring some water up in here. Get it sloppy wet. Because this is my method. You know, make a little pool of paint water over here with that dark color, that black, and I'm going to kind of mix it all up. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let chaos decide where my lines end up. And I'm going to take that paint and I'm going to just say, make a line. That's how I'm going to do it. Whop, wet ass paint. Damn right. And bam. See how I just caught onto that one real quick? And I'm just going to let this line choose its own existence. And they're going to go down the paint. And I'm actually going to do this all the way across the top because I want it to be more chaotic. I don't want this shit just to... I'm going to dip some of this over here. I'm going to do the same kind with the other color paint. Why not? Wet ass paintbrush. Yep, that works. Bam. Come on now. Give me some shit. I'm going to get sloppy with it. Because why not? I don't care. Now it's time to start doing this right, people. We painted it orange. That's as close as it gets to being correct. All right? We don't need to... The rest is shit. Here, give me some more. Come on. If you need more water, get more water. Just dip that in there and let that slop down there. Because you need it to go all the way down. It has to go all the way down. Do your jab paint. All right, anyway. So we're going to do this all the way across the top. We're going to kind of let all kinds of lines questionably happen. We're going to do some bigger ones here, some littler ones there. We're going to let them kind of go where they want. This is your discretion. If you feel more comfortable doing it like normal people, right? Fine. Do it like normal people. I don't care. Be a normal pumpkin, people. I don't give a shit. This is your pumpkin. This is your pumpkin. And that's very important to understand, people. But you know what? What, sweetie? What thing in? Your thing? Well, your class? Whenever the teacher says it ends. I don't know when it ends. I'm not some teacherologist. Yes.
The old guys next door are chopping down our trees.
Yes.
Yes.
That's okay.
Okay.
Thank you for telling me, though. And we're just going to keep on keeping on with this. Add some water. Let it drip. Add a little paint. Let it go. Come on, man. Do your thing, paint. And this is how we're doing this. Now, again, I can't get mine that drippy. Add more water. Add more water. Thing is, mine, if you look at mine, look at that. It's literally soup. Paint soup, man. Like that's, well, now it's not dripping off. Literally, drip off! You're supposed to drip to prove my point. Whatever. It's like paint soup. You know? That's the whole point, is just make it really, really watery. And let that, and also you're going to have to add a few layers to it. Like, boop, and it'll run all the way down. Because it's not going to do it with just one drip. You know what I mean? It'll take a few attempts to make it that watery and to go down. You might have to add a little paint because that one's a little weak, you know, etc., etc. And this is just letting chaos make the lines. And that's the whole point today. We're not here to paint traditionally, but that's me. You guys know how it goes. At least from watching this so far, you probably should know how it goes. And if you're surprised, then my bad. So anyway, let's just keep on going, bro. Make this happen, bro. And I guess if you need to go from halfway down, you could also just take it and start, you know, oh, well, we need a little more here. I don't want to go to the top. And keep it going that way too, you know. Just make sure you don't get it a big block. Let me add some more water to my overall paint. Bloop. But trust me, here in a minute, we're going to get to the real painting. We're not going to worry about none's this. None's this. Oh, crap. I wonder if that was my neighbor trying to call me. No, her name's in my phone book, so it wouldn't have came up with just random number. Don't you love it whenever you're sitting there doing something live, and then you get a bunch of weird calls, and you're like, I wonder what's in my wonder ball. Well, when you're comfortable with however many lines and whatnot you have and how you feel about them, you can call it good. This is also the reason why, by the way, I said to down here, the drippies, you know, make sure there's something down there. And a lot of you are probably thinking, dude, this is not a pumpkin, bro. What are you doing? This is not how pumpkins work. Oh, it is how pumpkins work, though, people. That's how pumpkins work in my mind. Huh. That was an accident, but it was an accident that worked out for me. Surprisingly, unlike the rest of my existence. So sure, why not? Let's just keep adding some paint to that and let that go all the way down. Yeah. And if you want to even add more to it, thin out some of those lines. Because as you blow on it, it'll just kind of thin it out. And if you really go, like, you take a straw. I don't have a straw. And you get really close, you can go. And when you do that, it'll go and add neat little effects. Watch. I just found a straw. Magic. So watch. Now I'm going to dip out my paintbrush really quick. Dang it. I'm only going to show you this because it's a neat effect. Actually, this is off my one paintbrush. What? I can't even see to get that close. But if you go Oh, I can't do it. Dang it. I need a straw so I can actually see where I'm at. But you can splatter it out that way. And it makes a neat little effect. We'll play with that at some point in the future, though, trust me, with other things. Now, keep in mind what I have said this entire time, people. We're not painting a traditional pumpkin. Oh, no. No, sir, we're not. So once you get to this point, with wherever you're satisfied, your lines being, it doesn't matter if there's just line, like it looks like you're in prison with a pumpkin man, or if you have a couple of lines across, what you're satisfied with. That's the important part here, okay? Your satisfaction of your envisionment, your feeling of this pumpkin, okay? Now, if we were doing a traditional gourd pumpkin-y thing, okay, let's say we were, then, and this is just something else if you want to add details or whatever. Take a little green. This is a bright ass green. It's parakeet green. I love bright greens. Dude, what are you fucking wet for on me, bro? I just had water up inside of it. God dang it. But anyway. Boop. That is some bright ass green, yo. So let's add a little bit of more brown to that and darken that up a lot. Brown! Go down to Brown Town. Thank you. Anyway, little brown, little green. This is, again, just for extra little stuff if you want it. No big deal. You don't have to do this. It's just something to add effect because we're not, we got to let that dry a little bit, you know. That's all. Just stirring it up, you know. I'm going to do this in a couple little areas so that way I have a little bit of a super darkish kind of and a super lighter and then a kind of midway. No biggie. Now this is actually technique. Ooh, hoity-toity. Take the paintbrush. And you're not even going to see most of this, I don't think. Boop, boop. And you just tap that in there. You might need a little water on that. Tap that on there a little bit. Barely tap it on there. Sorry, tap it. Boop. You know, barely get any kind of paint. Just barely on the tip. Boop. And if you have fingernails like I do, because I'm apparently, you know, some kind of animal lives in the forest, and you're going to brit, okay? You know, brit, that noise. They're going to brit the bristles onto it. This will flick paint on it. You can also thump it. Pow. Flicks paint on it. Get a toothbrush. I used to use a toothbrush a lot. But when you flick it, it'll flick little. Wow, that was a big blob. Oh, it came off my fingernail. Well, you know, angry fucking accidents or angry fucking mistakes, right? Anyway, when you flick it though, and you're not flicking it off your fingernail that absorbs this, or again, watch out for the recoil. What this does though is this will just give you kind of a, you know, texture to a lot of it. See? Hey, look, I can just flick it off my fingernails too. Bam, bam, bam.
Bam, bam, bam.
Yes, bam, bam, bam.
Bam, bam, bam.
But it's, again, it's more chaotic kind of stuff, right? And it'll dry light. So, I don't know, you can't really see too much. But the whole point of it is you can do that with different colors and splat it around a little bit. It'll give it like, you know, those little specks of things. And there's other ways to do this, but if you want to do that, you could also just take like a sponge. Sponge techniques are great. And I'm actually going to cover this in the future. But today is not about this. Today is not about technique. And I keep saying that. So you guys are probably wondering, dude, if today's not about actually technique and style and methods, what the fuck are we doing? This is the most important step of your life as a creative person, as an artist. As an artist, this is why we're here. Now, here's what we're going to do. You're going to take this, your paintbrush, okay? And this doesn't matter. You can take your black, you can take your brown, you can take whatever. I'm going to go with my black, okay? Because this is going to be, whoop, that was too much black. Because, again, a little bit of black goes a long way. Take my black, dab it off.
Oh, you're doing a new one.
Well, I'm doing like an actual class thing.
Oh, you're teaching.
Kind of. Teaching. Correct. Yeah. I mean, if you want to call it that, sure. And
Say bye.
bye. Here's what we're going to do. Got to get my test paper. About a third of the way down and a third. So we're going by threes, okay, people? Easy. Everybody should be about here by now, right? Thumbs up? Okay. I'm not going to really wait. But everybody should be within this range. And you know what? Some of you are going to be like, oh, mine looks like crap already. No, it doesn't. It can't look like crap already. It can't look like crap at all. Hang on. Okay. You're fine. You're fine. We're not in a rush, okay? Believe me, we're not in a rush. But the thing is your painting can't look like crap, okay? As an artist, nothing you create can ever look bad as long as it comes from the right place. That's it. As long as it comes from the right place, it can't look like crap. You will never, ever be satisfied, though, with what happens, where it ends up, how it comes out. Never will you be happy. That is something you have to understand and overcome. Because that's how it works. Sucks. Anyway, don't worry, Erica, you'll catch up. We're going to go a third down, boop, and a third down, boop, in your mind. You don't have to. You could actually, if you wanted to, on the very sides, you could be like, oh, that's about a third. Okay. Oh, that's about a third. Okay. And put little guidelines if you want. I don't care. Oh, that's about a third across. Okay. Oh, that's about a third across. Okay. So, you know, I have a couple little, well, that's not really thirds. It may be need a little bit more in because I can't do measurements. So maybe a little bit lower. Maybe like there and like there. Okay. That's probably more of a thirdish. Anyway, we'll leave it. Within a third, a range of about a third, you know, and then we're going to do another about a thirds in. So within this little third by thirds is what we're doing today, people, okay? Thirds. Thirds. So anyway, what you're going to do is we're going to create eyeballs. Now, here's what you're thinking. I know how to create jack-o'-lantern eyeballs. We're not making a jack-o'-lantern. Calm down. Calm down. This is very important. Here's what I want you to do. You're going to come in a third, roughly a third, okay? And then roughly, well, you know, let's make it shitballs. This is going to be complicated to fucking explain. So a third down, here's a third across, third down. Put a dot. Boop. There's my dot. Third down, third across, roughly. It's going to end up right about there. There's my dot. There's going to be the center of your eyeballs. Okay? Them's like your eyeballs. Boop, boop. I keep freezing. Shit, it might be my internet. Okay. Hopefully, it's not falling apart too bad on me here. Might be my internet. My internet has been sucking. So let's hope we're good. If I am freezing, sorry, people. Just hang in there. Hopefully it'll get better. My internet seems to be doing all right. Are we good? I just dropped everybody. Like, everybody's kind of falling out of the live and jumping back in. I think we're good. Are we good? Internet sucks all over millions of kids on school. Oh, well, yeah, that's true. My kid's actually in a class right now, so that could be a big part of it. Probably is, actually, yeah. Well, here's what I just said to cover it again. Go a third down, right? And then a third across in and put a dot. Boop, boop. That's where the center of your eyeball, your cornea, pupil, boop, boop, will be. Okay. However, then you're going to come down here, a third down, a third over, right? And in between those two, right, you're going to put a line for your mouth. Just a little one. It doesn't matter. You just nice little line right in between them. There's my line. There's my mouth. My mouth space, roughly. Looks off. Boop, boop. Something along those lines. When we make these eyes, here's what we're doing. Yeah, I know I got paint on it. I don't care. As long as it doesn't freeze, or as long as maybe you can get the gist of it. You're going to make regular people eyeballs. There's a point. So to make regular people eyeballs, right, it's pretty simple. If you notice your eyeball, my eyeballs always look weird because they're like, I don't know. I try to stick them on right, but they always get puffy and weird. And then I have to reapply the skin. It's weird. I don't know. Human flesh is weird to keep on. Anyway, your eyeballs kind of go up and over and then under and under, right? Simple. So when we paint these, what we're going to do is we're just going to have a little bit of a kind of like this motion. Okay? That simple. Just kind of a little whoop motion. And then under it motion. Like that. So it's kind of like a worm. Kind of a slight hook down. And then a hill over. Boop, just like that. Slight hook down. Hill over. And then little hill under. And that's how we're going to do the eye. Got it? Now, oh, look at that. My lines did a weird thing when I put the paper up there, and now it's kind of corroded looking. You know what? That looks neat. Because it's pulling away the paint. It pulled away the paint. I'll show you in a second. Watch. So look, we just learned it together, a fucking technique together. When you want to pull the paint off, get it wet, rub some paper on it. Look at that. Bam! Check this out. See how it kind of pulled the paint away? Back to the white. Tight. Bloop. So, here's what we're going to do. And this is why this is all important, people. This is where all this is culminating to. We've painted our orange. We've painted our little weird lines. We're getting weird with it. Fine. Here's how we're doing this. Keep in mind, this is your pupil. This is your eyeball. So, so you're going to want your little eye, right? Take your little brush. Can't lean on this. This is where your eyeball's at. So you're going to want this to be the center of your hills. Little hook down and over. Little hill under. Bam. Just like that. Right? There's your eyeball. Other side will never come out the same. Ever. Let's make that clear. You always screw up. The first one, you're like, that looks good. I did a good job. Second one, it looks like you went on an alcoholic binge to finish the rest for some weird reason. So that's supposed to be the center line. You're going to start wherever you can, and you're going to put it over, put the little hill under. Bam. There's your little eyeball. Boop. Now the center of this is going to be an eyeball. You can do whatever you want right there for right now. You can leave it just the little thing, the little line, the little dot. There's your eyeballs. Okay, all right. You see their eyeballs, right? They're eyeballs. Okay. This is the simplicity of it. This is all we need for now, okay? Here's the mouth, and if you, there's like a basic of mouths. You don't have to do anything with your mouth here. That's your mouth, okay? Mouth, eyeballs. Mouth, eyeballs. It's a face. Hold, please. Gotta wash out my brush for a second. Now, at this point, people, we're going to have a moment to ourselves. I know what, we've been doing this for almost 50 minutes, and this is all we've got. Garbage, right? No. This is the most important step for everybody here. Okay? And I know we've lost quite a few people thanks to probably the internet screwing up and being trash. Thanks a lot, internet, right when I get to the important parts. And I'm freezing up, which sucks, because let's hope that the freezing up crap isn't going to screw up my important part. Because this isn't going to stay like this. Oh, no, no, no. We're not making some lame, weird-ass pumpkin. And this may be awkward for some people out there, but this is really important. Are you ready? This is where we're sitting at right now. We're not making a pumpkin today. We're not making a pumpkin at all. This is not a jack-o'-lantern. This is not a pumpkin. Okay? What this is a step for everybody involved. This human suit is itchy. It is. You have no idea. This is a step forward for everybody here that wants to become an artist. An artist, not a painter. My eyes are fucked. Yes, all of our eyes are fucked. We literally just, we keep putting them back in and they just, anyway. As a step forward as an artist, not a painter. Painters are a dime a dozen. Painters are irrelevant, okay? Musicians, irrelevant. Sculptors, irrelevant. Poets, irrelevant. Any creative, quote unquote, irrelevancy, okay? Unless you have the soul involved. You can have the most amount of talent. You can have the most amount of skill, style. Oh my God, finesse. You can just, you can be the most amazing artist. You can paint people that look just photo accurate, 100%. If you cannot create from your soul, you're nothing. You're not an artist. No. You're an amazing painter. Absolutely. You're an amazing sculptor. Absolutely. You're an amazing digital artist or digital, artist. Yeah, sure you are. Fantastic. And I do not bash those people in the slightest. In fact, I wish I had half their talent. Some of them people, I wish I had just a pinky full of their talent. My God, I admire some of them so much. But if your mind, your body, and your soul are not one in an understanding to create, you are nothing as a creator. Huh?
Are the dogs allowed to be outside?
For right now?
Yeah.
I don't know. You blocked them off?
No, Aaron did.
That's fine. Just leave them. Go.
Okay.
Go! Scout, go play Fortnite or something if your class is over.
Come on.
Go!
I'm doing the gingerbread house.
Okay, whatever. Go.
We're doing it without ceremony.
Go! This is the step forward to being an artist, not being a painter. Okay? I led you all astray, and I'm not sorry. I won't apologize for it. Today's class has nothing to do with learning techniques, and nothing to do with learning methods, and nothing to do with anything except opening yourself to yourself so you can express things creational-wise. If you don't have your own style, if you don't have your own thoughts, if you don't have your own creativity, all you are is a mimic of something else. All you are is a fake version of something already done. You're somebody else, part 2. That's it. You're somebody else 2.0. You don't want that. Maybe you do want that. And a lot of people make money doing that, and that's fantastic. Good for them if that's what they want. If they want to make money being somebody else, fine. If you want to do this to become a better you on the inside, welcome to what I want to bring to people. This is not a pumpkin. This is a mirror to self. I feel attacked. I've done very little art lately because I'm trying to be more creative and not a copy. Good. I feel attacked. I just attacked you. My bad. Wake up. Wake up. Realize if you're not creating from the soul, then you're not creating. You're just copying. You're mimicking. You're replicating other people's ideas, other people's styles, other people's previous work, not your own. Thus, sorry, but that's the facts. you know? So feel attacked. I can't apologize for it. I can't be sorry for your feelings. Wake up to it and go, okay, that is it. Yeah, he's right. Shit. Damn. You know? And in that, this is not a pumpkin. This is not anything less than just a mirror to self. When you wake up in the mornings, you wake up and you look in that mirror and you lie to yourself. Every one of us does. You lie to yourself and you say, everything's all right. I'm okay. I'm just ignoring everything. Everything's all right. No, it's not. Up here is not connected to in here. These two things run totally separate. Your soul and your mind are not connected. We disconnect those and travel through our days on autopilot. Everybody does. To create, to give birth to art, you cannot do that. Stare into these eyes. These are your eyes inside. This is your soul. This is the windows to your soul. Got it? That is what this is. This is the reflection to your insides today. This is the mirror of your soul. This isn't the mirror you look into and get vain about. Make sure all your pores are covered with makeup or all your beard whiskers are what? No. This is the mirror to your soul. Okay? Now, here's what we're going to do. Who are you? Who are you? The hardest thing is to keep your heart happy. That's the problem, man. Your mind and your soul have to be connected. You have to be on a level together. We're like this. Everybody's heart and soul is like this. Everybody's mind and soul, the soul, the heart, your feelings, emotions, logic, brain are like this. You know, especially as men, we have to be like, oh, we can't cry, have emotions. It's a stigma from society. The point I'm making is this: before we actually start this process, because the next step is the most important, you have to understand these two things cannot be that far apart. I mean, they can be here, you know, they can be within range of each other, but they have to be connected, period. But we as a society have just crushed that and we rip it apart. And as an artist, you have to have some kind of connectivity. It doesn't matter if it's out of hate or if it's out of love and being together. You have to have these connected to create art, to give birth to something from your insides. I don't care if it's creating something from your past where you were hurt as a child or you were abused in relationships. The darkness has to come out. The emotion has to come out. The feeling has to come out. I don't care. Maybe you're happy and you need to express that happiness and you can't use words. You have to use something. It doesn't matter if it's art. It doesn't matter, or it doesn't matter if it's painting. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's poetry. It doesn't matter if it's sculpting. I don't care what it is. To be an artist, you have to have that passion, and that passion can only be achieved connecting yourself logically and emotionally together. Look into these eyes. These are your soul's eyes. Look into them. Ask yourself, who am I? Not that person in the mirror. That's not who the fuck you are. That's who everybody else thinks you are. That is who everybody else sees you on a daily basis and goes, oh, that's so-and-so. They don't know shit about who you are. They don't know anything about you. You don't know anything about them. All you know about everybody you see and you meet, face value, what you see on the outside. This reflection of self. Get your fucking paintbrush. I don't care what colors you use. Take the colors that are representation of you. Put them on this paint palette. Do it. If red, if you're fiery and you're upset and you have things inside that you feel when you look into these eyes and you go, I need to feel myself. What do your eyes say? Are you lonely? Do you feel fucking lonely inside? Are the eyes nothing but a dark abyss? Then fucking make it that. Make them that. Show the eyes as a reflection of self. Do you feel like when you're talking at night to your significant other across the table that they don't listen to you, that you're muted? Make the mouth reflect that. Put into this you, how you feel. If you're happy, make that smile. If you have to, if you are anything, you have to show it. You have to become it. You have to acknowledge what you really are, who you really are. It's time to stop hiding behind that bullshit mirror you look at every morning and lying to yourself and lying to everybody around you, because that's what you do. That's what you do. We all fucking do it. All of us do it. Stop it. This isn't about them. This isn't about anybody else. This is about you. This, you don't have to show anybody else. This, nobody ever has to see. This is for you and you alone. That's it. This is to help you understand what the hell is happening inside of you right now. Take some colors. Take your paintbrush. Take a step forward as an artist, as somebody who is connecting your mind and your soul and your fucking body to make something that means something to you. Only you. Disacknowledge everybody else. Don't worry about what they're going to think. Don't worry about what they're going to ask. Don't worry about what they'll say. It doesn't matter. Everybody else is irrelevant. This is you. This is your insides. You. Paint it. Do you feel lonely? Admit your faults. Admit your truths. Face yourself. That's it. This is what we're doing today. Because you can't move forward as an artist if you don't take the first step. And the first step is connecting yourself. Otherwise, you're just going to float through mimicking other people. That's all you're going to do. That doesn't make you an artist. Sure, that may make you great at painting, great at sculpting, great at digital design. But are you an artist? Are you using your soul? Is it your style? Is it your feelings? No. No. Me, how do I feel? Where's my feelings at? I'll tell you. I'll fucking come out. I'll be open about it, and it's hard, man. It's real fucking hard for me. But lately, straight up, okay, I'm gonna take a drink of tea because getting all emotional. Okay, we literally play in PS. Good for you, buddy. I don't know who you are. We play in PlayStation. But name's Ryan, bro. I don't know people by their real names. I know them by their other names. I go from being super serious to like, hee hee hee. Here's how I feel lately. I feel like I'm inadequate lately. And the one thing I've always felt, and I'm not even worried. This is the thing. We're not style. We're not technique. We'll go, you can shade things. You can make things look better. And fuck it, we probably will. We're going to learn about techniques. We're going to learn about styles. But today, this is all a ploy. It was a rouge for yous to get you in here to learn about yourself, to push out those feelings, to connect your brain. And if you're younger and you haven't had the time to really become clouded by society and those norms pushed upon you to disconnect your emotions from your mind, great. Keep those together. How do you feel? Put it on this. Put it down. Just put it down. Don't even think. Don't think. Do you hear me? Don't think. It's not about thinking, people. It's about doing. If you think, you fucked up. Okay? We're not here to think. We're not here to think. We're here to make it happen. We're here to just see what we are all the time. And I know how I am. But you know what? I feel inadequate lately. And it makes me mad. But you know what? Just like always, for my kids, for my family, for my wife, for the people around me, I do the same fucking shit I always do. And that's why I always always I do the same shit every time. And that's why you'll see this in all my artwork. Because you know what? Being inadequate, feeling like I do, I always put on a fake smile. And that's why you see this shit in all my work. Oh, yeah, but I'm not worried about it. That's why I have a smile in everything I do. I'm nothing but teeth, man. Nothing but teeth. Just like in everything else I do. That's all I do is I'm teeth. I'm teeth. I never shut up. Everybody asks if that's why I do the teeth thing. No, it's not why I do the teeth thing. I do it because I'm always the smiling one. I'm always the happy one. I have to be. I have to be the guy to keep it all together and laugh and have a good time. That's it. That's me on the inside. That's my mouth. It doesn't say anything. It doesn't say shit. Just smiles and nods. Agrees. Makes everybody happy. Whatever they need. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know? That's what kills me about it all. That's what kills me about it all. And I hate it. I hate everything about it. But it's what I do. Because if I don't do it, nobody else will. So I got to keep everything in line. Everybody happy. Everything working. And that's okay. Because that's the part of being a parent. That's part of being a dad. Being, you know, being the guy, right? You got to be the one who keeps everything together. But how are you together? I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm a fucking disaster. Goddamn, I'm a fucking mess. I'm a goddamn super mess. I'm a wreck and a half in the fucking forehead. That's for goddamn sure. There is definitely. And you know, again, we're being sloppy. Do whatever you want. The connection speech was deep, and I agree with it. Thanks, I appreciate that. It's not. It's legit. You have to be connected. And that's what I'm talking about today. I'm not talking about being a painter. I'm not talking about how we can advance our techniques. We will get to that. I want everybody to understand there's more to slapping paint on a fucking canvas. If you're going to create. And this has nothing to do. This will help everybody in daily existence. It's not just, hey, let's be better at painting, or let's be better at drawing, or let's be better at this or that. It's irrelevant. Just to be able to connect your mind, your body, and your soul together helps you to understand yourself better, helps you to come to terms with your faults and your successes better and move on. And if you can't do that, you're perpetually stuck in one place, standing still, never moving forward, always looking back and doing nothing. Even you could be successful as fuck. And it's irrelevant. I'm getting a phone call again, decline. You can be successful as fuck and achieve nothing. That is why they say money won't buy you happiness, because it won't. If you're not connected, you're nothing. You're a shell. You're empty. And you'll always seek to fill that hole in your soul with everything else. With sex, with drugs, with money, with whatever. You'll look for it in your life. But the problem is it's already fucking here. The hole to this is right here, man. It's that simple. But nobody connects it. Nobody puts it together. God, it's so fucking frustrating when I see these artists, man. These artists, these people, these musicians, and they're so talented, but they don't have a goddamn soul. They can play anything anybody else can play, but they just don't have a fucking soul. They can't make up their own stuff. They can't paint from their heart. And I don't care if it looks like a 10-year-old did it. If it has emotion behind it, if they're connected, if those 10-year-olds are in together, bam, it's a thing of goddamn beauty. You know? It's a thing of fucking beauty. Because those kids understand what that means to be connected, to be together in self, And us grown-ups have lost so much in that. We don't even understand the concepts behind that kind of stuff. You know, we pretend we do because we want to be so smart, but we don't. We don't understand any of that shit. We really don't. You know, we're like, oh yeah, I get it, because we have to be. We can't admit when we're wrong. We can't admit that we don't understand something. Shut up. Stop it. Stop looking in that mirror in the bathroom. Start looking in this mirror right here. Understand you're dumb, that you don't get it. Understand that you're ignorant and that you're not connected. We have to reconnect to create. Otherwise, you're just faking it. You're just mimicking other people's ideas, mimicking other people's work, mimicking other people's styles, mimicking other people that have already done it. Stop it. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's good or not. To them, it just matters what you get out of it. It doesn't matter what you put on the canvas. What matters is what you leave on the canvas. And you know, I'm starting to do these fucking empty fucking eyeball spirally things more and more, it seems, but I feel that way. I feel empty a lot. I feel sad, dude. I really do inside. Bad. You know, I just feel like way more lonely than I should. And I hate it. I hate feeling lonely. But I do. I feel real lonely a lot, even though I have great people around me. I have great supports and all kinds of stuff. But I feel real fucking lonely a lot. That's my own depression. And I don't get it. But you know, God dang it. That's the demons we all have. You know? We all have our own bullshit that we deal with. But you know what? How do you represent it? How do you represent it? What is wrong with you? These are my burdens to bear, not yours. Your burdens are your own. What burdens do you feel necessary to paint about? What is your personal pumpkin about? That's the deal. Again, if it's happy, that's fine. Be happy. Don't shy away from that. I'm not trying to make you like, oh, you got to be scary and evil and depressed. No, I don't care. This isn't about what I would want you to do or what I think or what. No, it's about you, your personal need out of this. Where are you at? Where are you at? Okay? It's that simple. So I'm not guiding you at this point. This is you guiding you at this point. You have to tell you what you need. It's that simple. You know? And not everything is that simple. Sometimes it's really hard. In fact, this is really hard, I'm sure. I'm sure a lot of you have looked into this. I've lost some more people, quite a few. So either they were like, nah, I give up, or maybe the internet sucked. And I really hope this doesn't like crap out. So maybe when I reload it, people can go back and rewatch it all. But if they care, you know. But before we actually go into techniques and styles, I really thought this was an important step to take, because if we do this regularly, I want people to understand that if you make something that looks like crap according to a societal norm, there's no societal norm to art, not to art. Because art is a reflection of feeling, self, emotion, need of creation, not the finished design. It's what goes into it. That is what art is. And I hate it. I hate when people think otherwise. Oh, shit balls. Because too many people are like, oh man, your art's so good, your style's so good. Man, a style has nothing to do with art. It's just if you happen to learn it, it helps you. So if you happen to know a unique style or a great style, then bam, you'll have that to your arsenal of ability in the creation process. So yes, it will help, absolutely. But the first, and cannot stress it enough, most important step to connect yourself, know who you are, know why you are, and go from there. As of right now, I always put on a happy face, even if it's not the happiest of faces. And I feel like shit. I feel lonely all the time. I feel empty all the time. Why? Because that's what I am inside. I'm a mess. I'm a chaotic fucking mess. And it doesn't matter. None of it matters. You know? None of it fucking matters in the end. None of it. Because I have to face it. And until I accept it, and until I realize how to fix it, it doesn't matter. I have to make it matter so I can overcome it and I can accomplish something with it. Otherwise, this is what it ends up. A chaotic mess. Started out as something great. Was going pretty good. Looked just fine. In the end, though, unless I'm happen to fix it, this is what it will always be. For me, that sucks. For you, what is it?
Also, when is my hour break?
That's fine, sweetie. Bye.
Because 12, I'm still doing.
I know. You're fine.
Totally.
But that's the thing. I think it's pretty. Well, thanks. I think you're pretty. But this is what I am. A chaotic mess at all times. And the kicker is this. As we progress, people progress, you can come back. And this is a chaotic mess. Oh my God. I once could have been so chaotic, but I can fix it. And that's the beauty of being a person. You can come back in, learn, and rebuild. But until then, you out there have to understand who you are first and foremost before you can start to rebuild it.
Yeah.
What, sweetie? Well, not yet. I'm busy live.
No, listen.
Oh my God, get your hands off it. Now. Thank you.
Build a gingerbread.
Off, out, get out.
Dad, listen, gosh dang it.
No, I'm not building a gingerbread house.
Before
I'm busy.
she loses her temper on me because
Tell her
I'm
to
not.
quit. Tell her to quit. You guys are to quit right now. Quit building a gingerbread house. I'll be done in a minute.
She's
I'll
mad
come helping
because
you.
she's blaming me for eating the ice cream,
Quit it.
icing on the table, trying to clean it up before it gets stained.
Tell her to quit right now, both of you, and I'll be in there in a few. Point I'm making is this. As a people, because I am a people, as a people, you can come back in and rebuild your life later. Fix things, understand who you are, who you've become, how you've changed.
She did it.
You know, and make it all better. But if you don't take this step now to understand who you really are, you'll never get to a point where any of it will make sense to even try to go back, because you won't understand the failures. You won't understand any of it to fix it to begin with, and it won't even matter. You'll just trash it. You'll give up, just like you do on everything else in life. It's not worth it. I quit. I give up. And you'll walk away. And the sad part is when you walk away from this, when you walk away from connecting with yourself, you don't just walk away from a painting, a failure of a piece of work, art-wise. No. You walk away from yourself and you hide. And when you hide like that, it doesn't matter. You've given up. And once you've done that, it's all over. Everything is done. You're done. What do you got left? What do you got left? A life of just droning, floating. I'm just rambling on and on. Don't even know about what anymore, you know? But here we are, back at the beginning, huh? Starting all over again, because why not? It's not over. I didn't give up. Nah, I never give up. I never ever quit. Because I can't. This shit doesn't let me give up. This shit never lets go of me. Just always comes back and brings me back. No matter how many times I say I quit, sucks me back. Never lets me go. Even when I want it to. Even when I beg and plead with all this shit inside of me to leave me alone, just let me fade away, I always come back. I always come back. So in the end, the question is, who the fuck are you? Who are you inside? What does that mirror tell you? When you look at it, what does the mirror tell you? Not my mirror. What does your mirror tell you? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid to face? You know? Make it the painting. Make it what you're doing. Make it the point, people. Just do it. Stop being afraid of yourself. Stop facing it, or stop being afraid to face it. Just do it. Make it a thing. And then we can go forward next time. Next painting class will be an actual painting class. What do you say? Instead of crazy talk. Instead of us losing our shit and just having a good old time painting this crazy ass stuff. Maybe next time it'll be, let's learn about, stippling techniques. And let's learn about shading techniques. And let's learn about whatever next time. Because then we can move forward together. Because we've already moved forward individually. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Since we've already done this and we are moving forward now, and you'll know more who you are. So then when we do this next time, and you're learning techniques or whatever, oh, it'll be fantastic. It'll be beautiful. The things you'll accomplish. You know? Because at that point, you'll have all this other stuff out of your mind, out of your way, out of your soul. You'll be connected. Right now, I'm just blopping water and red paint at the top to help smear it all down and run it together and look shit. This is beyond counseling, beyond good counseling. I'm glad you think so, man. I hope it helps some people out there. You know, when I get counseling, it's nothing like this. My therapist and shit are always like, well, how do you feel today? Well, have you tried to kill people lately? Okay, well, that's good. Are you still taking all of your medication? Oh, okay, that's good. Have you eaten kittens again? All right, well, that's good. I mean, you know, I'm like, dude, no, shut up. This is all I need now. Just fucking eat a dick. Fucking stupid counselors don't do anything for me but try to get me to go to jail. You eat a bag of kittens once, right? You got Venmo? You mean Vimo? Like the one program? The one program for videos and stuff, you mean, man? Or Venmo, is that something else? That's completely different than that. The money app, Venmo. Venmo. Now, I usually use PayPal for everything, dude. Venmo. I've never even heard of Venmo. Venmo. I'll have to look into Venmo. Is that new? Same kind of thing. Huh. Yeah, no, I've never heard of it, man. I'll have to look into it, I guess, and see what that's all about. But I usually use PayPal for everything. Oh, white. No white for you. You have a plenty of white. Bam, bam. But you know, a little bit more red over there. But as of right now, I'm not happy with this. But I don't have to be happy with this. See, the point of this wasn't to be happy with it. Okay, you don't have to be happy with your art. Art's not supposed to be happy. Art is supposed to be fulfilling. You become content knowing that something has come from it. You know, something is alive from it. And that is the important part of it all. Most important thing of all of it is that you know it's alive. You know it exists. And you know it came from you. It came from the most important parts of you. The parts that needed to come out. You know? No matter what that means. No matter what that means for you. If it needs to come out, it needs to come out. Good, bad, everything in between. That's me on the inside. I'm lonely. I'm afraid. I feel inadequate. Yet I'm always smiling. That's it. Maybe there's a glimmer of hope somewhere back there. Because I still hang on. You know? Somewhere deep down in that darkness. Somewhere deep down in those holes. I'm still there. You know? And I'm hanging on, man. That's why I'm still here. Doesn't make it any easier. It doesn't make this any easier, you know? I'm about to fucking cry. Hang on a second. And it's okay, by the way, as a man to cry. That's my mirror, people. That's my mirror. So, anything you guys have, if you feel like sharing it, feel free to post a picture and tag me. At least I'm not the only one now. Yeah. Art is supposed to connect us all, man. When you look at a piece of art, if you can't feel something in it, it's not done its job. If there's not a piece of that person's soul in it, they didn't do their job. And if you don't look in yourself and you don't find yourself as an artist, Are you even creating art? Or are you just making the same shit somebody else has, you know? That's not to say somebody else hasn't painted something like this somewhere across the world. I'm sure they have. But they didn't put the same feelings into it. They didn't feel the same. They might have something similar. I've had people go, oh, your art looks like so-and-so's. I'm like, no, it doesn't. No, it don't. My art looks like mine. You know, we may have similar images. You know, there's teeth. Okay. But, nah. I'm going to call it good here today, people. I know we still have a few people watching. And thanks. Hopefully it was beyond good therapy, good counseling. My hand's covered in paint now. But it was to prove a point. Actually, it wasn't to prove a point. It just kind of happened. And then I realized, you know, there's a point here. But it's been 20 years since I did anything. Been trying to care of mine is... To care of mine is I'm slowly dying. There you go, man. You know, and it sucks. And if you feel that way, dude, this should reflect that. You need to come in contact. You need to get in touch with yourself, dude. And realize that. Face it so you can overcome it. Face that inner demon so you can begin to heal from it. You know? If you feel like you're slowly dying, dude, that is a terrible thing to feel. I feel that way too, man. I feel, like I said, lonely, even though I'm surrounded by great people, and I'm not like lonely. I'm lonely like in here because I feel kind of abandoned by the world because of how different I am inside, and I don't feel like connected to people. It's a weird thing. But again, those are my burdens to bear. But how you feel is how this should be reflecting. And I hope it does. I hope this helped to some degree, because it was a trick to get everybody to take that first step. And this is the first step, I believe, to becoming an artist. Does this help? Does this help with the connecting feeling? For me? Are you asking me if it helps me with the connecting feeling? Or if it should help you with the connecting feeling? Because it takes time, man. It takes time to let yourself open up to that creativity, which is the soul. Logic can't be creative. Logic cannot be creative. Logic overthinks. Logic dictates. Logic calculates. Logic cannot just free flow, let things happen. Yes, me? No, I mean, yes. My connection feelings, you know, it's hard, like I said, for me to do this anyway, because I don't let people in here. And it's also really hard to be doing this right now because the kids come in and interrupt me. And so if I do get emotionally connected, then all of a sudden it's like, hey, Dad. And I'm like, oh, okay, what? And I have to like come back out of it. And then it's hard to get back into it and things like that. But it helps. But I have to face this stuff anyway. So yes, this is my time to do that. So this does help me with the connecting thing, because you have to look at it. And I already know, you know, the teeth thing and, you know, the smiling thing. And I do feel lonely, and I do feel empty, and I do feel inadequate. You know, like I'm personally having a lot of issues right now with inadequacy feelings, and I have had for quite a few months. You know, as a man, as a person. So it really sucks. And it's really been hurting my emotional state of mind. So yeah, this helps with that connection. You know, obviously, that's why I do this. Again, it's just become awkward and weird to invite others in. But I'm hoping that maybe we'll all connect, and this will help other people realize that art, creativity, even if it's just sit down and write a poem or write a story, or write your thoughts, as long as you're getting it out and you're able to connect mind, body, and soul, and get something out and face your problems, face your emotional distress, face yourself, not in that mirror in there, But in this mirror right here, face yourself. You can heal yourself. You can get better. You can start to understand it. You can start to understand the problems. And because if you can see it clearly, and at first it'll be foggy, at first it'll be cloudy, at first it'll be confusing and disastrous and chaos. But you can come back to that chaos and you can say, okay, I didn't give up on this. It's scary. It's frightening. I'm confused. I need to sort through it though. Then over time, building onto that, you can get through it. You can say, why do I feel lonely? Why do I feel scared? Why do I feel inadequate? You know, why do I feel like nobody loves me? Or why do I feel, why do I feel the feelings I feel? That's just the thing. Over time, you'll be able to accomplish more by doing more creatively as an artist, not as a painter, not as a musician, a songwriter, but as an artist. And that term can be used for anything as long as you are creating something with a unity of mind, body, and soul to get out your passion of emotional stress and needs. Boom. That's it. That's my mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall, right? That's it, man. So I think I'm going to call it good here. Thanks for joining me on Therapy Sessions with 4 today. Next time, I swear to you all, we will actually learn how to paint. We'll start painting a real painting, not a pseudo pumpkin just to draw you guys in. But I had to do it. I had to do it to try and help you guys understand that without learning who you are, you'll never accomplish the mindset of understanding to say, this doesn't look exactly like that guy's. This doesn't look exactly like those people's. It doesn't have to. As long as you're putting you into that piece, that's all that matters. Never, ever judge your art based off somebody else's, ever. Never judge your ability off of somebody else's because, or they've had whatever. You can only judge your ability. You can only judge your ability on you the day before. And as long as you're doing better than you did the day before, you're going the right direction. This is our first step. First step, understanding, connecting yourself and who you really are. I bid thee all fairly well and adieu. And thanks for tuning in. But now I'm going to say bye-bye. So I hope this helped or something. I have no idea what I'm doing ever. Thanks. Okay, bye.